Welcome back, everyone. There are just some golden rules that people should never do on their iPhone that I kind of see people do all the time. So, here's just a compilation of 5 different things you should never do on your iPhone, in my opinion. The first thing being using a generic iPhone charger. Now, I'm the type of person I buy a lot of used phones and they always come with random chargers all the time. But there's never been one common issue that I've seen a lot of people mess up their iPhones with than using a generic charger. Now, I'm not even meaning like, an Anchor charger or some other random, like, popular ones, because there's a lot of manufacturers that make iPhone chargers that are still perfectly fine. I'm talking about specifically the chargers that maybe you buy on eBay for like 99 cents and they look like real Apple chargers. And these can cause a lot of issues with your battery. So, looking at the bottom, plug it in, see if it works, and it'll probably charge your phone. You may notice it charges your phone very, very slow. But on top of that, one specific metric you want to take a look at is into your battery settings. You want to click battery right here. You want to click on battery health, which is right here. You can see I'm at 88% battery health. That means no matter how much I charge my phone to 100%, it'll never be at a full 100% capacity because the battery has degraded over time. And this isn't necessarily only due to just using a generic charger, but this number can go down faster if you use things like a generic Apple charger, things like that. And like I mentioned, if you're using something like, an Anchor charger or something like that, then that's totally fine. But if you're using a cheap one that you bought on eBay, like I mentioned, that can cause some huge issues on your iPhone you may not even realize. Now, another thing I would recommend people to never do on your iPhone, and this is so funny, is to overheat your iPhone all the time. So it doesn't even mean, just like be playing intensive games on your phone, but actively leaving your iPhone in the middle of the sunlight right here. If you're, putting your phone in your car using it as a GPS kind of thing, and your phone is constantly having sun on it, and that can overheat your iPhone like crazy. Now, what's the problem with that? Well, you can fry some components on your phone, which probably will never happen. But specifically, like I mentioned with this battery capacity thing, batteries degrade much faster when they're overheated and when they're heated up like crazy. So if you're constantly heating up your phone and it's always like in the sunlight and things like that, that can cause a lot of issues on your phone. So again, a lot of these things are specifically for your battery, but that is another major thing I'd recommend people to avoid. Try not to make your phone overheat. Try not to make your phone constantly being in the heat and all that stuff, because that can cause some massive issues on your specific device. Now, another thing, kind of coinciding with the battery again, is fully draining your iPhone battery. So, what this looks like is essentially you're using your phone all day. I'm at 22%, and I let my phone die to 0% every single time. And that is not a good thing to do. Again, for the name of the game of your battery capacity, you want this to be as high of a number as possible. And there's a lot of websites out there that now require your phone to be over like a certain amount of battery capacity in order to get more money for it or whatever the case is. Used phones that have higher capacity here will actually sell better than phones with lower capacity. So that's another massive thing. Do not let your phone die all the time. Just let it kind of trickle down. If it gets down to like 10-20%, that's okay. If it gets to 0%, like it's fully dead every single time you have to charge it to bring it back to life, that can cause massive issues on your battery. And that's another thing I would highly recommend people to avoid. Now, another thing that I'd recommend people to never do on your iPhone is to be on an extremely outdated version of software. There are people out there, and I'm not going to name any names, but there are a lot of people out there who stay on extremely old versions of software. Right now, iOS 14 is out. There are people I see like on an everyday basis that are still on like iOS 12 on their iPhone. If your phone supports it, be on the latest version. I'm not talking iPhone 6 or iPhone SE users. I'm talking like people who may own like an iPhone 8 Plus or iPhone 10 that are still on iOS 12. There's absolutely no reason to be on that outdated version of software. But not only because of features and everything, but because of security risks. There's a lot of risks of being on an outdated version of software. Every single version of software since then brings, security and all that stuff. So to update your phone, you want to go into your iPhone, you want to click on general, you want to click on software update, not even update right there, you want to click on software update right here, and you want to update your phone to the latest version of software that your specific device supports. So that is another massive thing I would recommend doing. Now, on the flip side, this is the exact opposite of that. Never, ever, in my opinion, install a beta on your iPhone, on your personal iPhone that you use. So you may have seen that as I click software update here. I am installing a beta. It looks like it's on my main phone. This is not my main device. I do not use my iPhone 10 at all anymore except for to make these videos. Why is this important? Because betas have a lot of cool features, they have a lot of cool things added, but they can cause a lot of issues on your phone. Even on this iPhone, I've already found like 30,000 problems. And if I were to use this every day, it could completely mess up my daily life and I would have to factory reset it and install or restore my old version of software. And that is something I would recommend people to avoid. Do not install a beta on your iPhone. Stick with the latest official version, so iOS 14.7 or iOS 14.6, whichever is the official one right now. Keep that one on your phone. Do not install a beta. You're just asking for trouble there. So, those are 5 different things I would recommend people to avoid doing on your specific iPhone. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.